It's totally different to anything else I've ever experienced.
When you stepped out at the top, there was just this sea of people. I'd found my wonderland, basically, when I walked into it, and I was hooked from the first moment.
But when you're in there, you are somebody else. You have just gotten away from everything around you, be it home life, be it work life. You can switch off for 70 minutes. You can become a different person.
You had the noise, and you could sort of feel the atmosphere. It was like electricity. It was like crackling through the air. It envelops you, and you get caught up in it. There's a sense of belonging. You know, you've found your tribe. These are your kin, and it's that sort of feeling. It's like a big family. That's the sort of feeling you get from it. My father, he brought me to my first match. Oh, I'm going way back to the 70s. The old days where you got lifted over the stiles and you come up onto the old hill, which was literally a hill, and you know, getting in then among the crowd and listening to all the chants, and it was just magical. I just thought it was magical, and I've been a staunch supporter ever since.
First one I really remember was, I think, late 90s, when I kind of got together with the gang I'm with now. I can't even remember who it was against, but yeah, I just remember I'm not missing the game ever since then, you know.
Yeah, it's like you've found your tribe. It is tribal, sport is tribal, it always was, you know. And because you're in a city, you don't have that community feel anymore. It's gone, it really has gone. But you still get that with the GAA, you know, you stand with fellow Dubs. You sit talking to complete strangers, you know, or you end up, you know, goal scored, hugging, and you know, grown men. It's something you'd never do, but you do that when you get wrapped up in the game, and you know, you just turn to somebody, or they turn to you and just bear hug you, you know, and you're jumping around like lunatics. Then, you know, it tends to draw people together. It is important to the players, because you know, if you're in a tough, tight game, it's the fans that can push you over the line. They often reference us as their 16th man.
Yeah. You do it for them, because they're putting the work in. They're not getting, you know, any kind of paycheck at the end of the week for doing this. And I think that's why there's so much dedication from GAA fans, is because these guys are out there doing it, and you know, they're not on £100 a week. They're not getting these big paychecks or bonuses or anything like that. And I think that's why so many people love what they do and go out and support them, because you know, they're doing it. It's as if they're doing it for us. Do you know what I mean? And they're grateful for the thousands and thousands that come along to those games and support them. So, you know, that spurs me on to go back to every game over and over, because the performance would never drop from that perspective by the team, because they just love what they do. So I love supporting.
Superstition just seems to be hand in hand with sport. I have a little superstition that I do where I'll put on a different strip every day, starting on the Monday right up to game day. It's something I did one week, and we won the game on the Sunday, and I went, right, that's it, that's why we won the game. It wasn't, it was the players that won the game.
There's a neighbour of mine, a solid Dublin fan. I used to have this conversation where I'd say, are you going to match on Sunday? He could say, no. Last time I went, they lost. Never going again. And that's about 3 years ago. He's convinced. He went that day. He'd missed a couple of games. He went that day, they lost. It was because he went to the game. And, you know, he said about 2011, 2014, didn't go. They won, you know. So he'll sit in the pub and he won't watch it. He'll sit with his back to the screen, won't watch the game. He'll watch the highlights when it's done, like, do you know what I mean? So
it's probably a little ridiculous, you know, when you think of it, because it's not going to really make a difference to who wins or loses a game. I'd go without food for my season ticket. That's how important it is. I'm planning from the time I get this season ticket for next season ticket.
You do feel a little bit special. You're one of the privileged few that has that ticket.
Once you have that bug, you know, it's like you have to have it. You have to go back. You have to be there. But you have to feel it's the atmosphere. You know, I don't think there's another amateur sport around the world that could, you know, fill an 80,000+ seater stadium. You know, and as I said, these guys are not getting paid a penny. You know, they're doing it for literally this. You know, that's it. You know, to have the honour to wear that jersey, because it is an honour.